it going, friends? Welcome back to another standard video here with me, Arne. We're playing Mono Red Aggro. SEG Orlando, the Spotlight series just happened. Mono Red took it all down, and this is one of the Mono Reds list that has been dominating ever since. We've also gotten a little bit of a win rate breakdown by Frank Carsten, showcasing that Vivi Cauldron and Mono Red Aggro are by far and away the highest winning decks in this format. Vivi Cauldron, that was to be expected. Mono Red, a little bit unexpected, I would say. So, yeah, and it also took down a tournament. The player Brennan Roy went 11-2 against Cauldron in the event. So pretty promising. And I heard about some of the Brazilians got together testing for the event and flew out to Orlando, all the way to Florida over the Caribbean. And they had an incredibly high win rate with their Mono Red list against Cauldron as well. So yeah, they figured it out, I suppose. And Mono Red, by itself, not the worst deck, I suppose. Yeah, let's talk about some of the card choices here. We have Razorkin Needlehead. I think that this is the big one. This is the big find. This is sort of like a mini Shieldred. 2/2 first striker on attacks, and then it drains the opponent. It deals 1 damage every time they draw a card. Fantastic against Cauldron, of course, where they draw so many cards. If they don't remove this thing, it's really bad for them. And this is a similar development to what we saw at Pro Tour Final Fantasy, where also Mono Red Aggro turned out on top, beating again another Izzet deck. And what happened there was that the Izzet players in that event got greedier and greedier, cut their sharks and whatnot, and played 4 into the Floodmaw. And the same thing happened here again in a big picture thinking, where most of the Cauldron's lists got bigger, just propped up to go over the top of the mirror match, played Floodmaws in high numbers, which is great in the mirror, and didn't play as many torches as they used to. And yeah, no torch, very good for the Razorkin Needlehead, of course. Very good for 1-drop into 2-drop beatdowns by aggressive deck here in the form of Mono Red Aggro. Nova Hellkite, very powerful Edge of Eternities card. Just a good damage output thing. 3 mana, deal 4, maybe kill a thing even if you play against Dimir. And then 5 mana, just another, just a pretty powerful red card. We have Scalding Viper making an appearance in this Mono Red version. Not all the Mono Red versions were playing this. Brennan Roy wasn't playing it. The Brazilians weren't playing it, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea behind it. It's another pinger. It deals damage whenever an opponent plays a 3 mana or less card, which, against Cauldron, that's basically the entire deck. So these pingers really add up to shoot the opponent to death with that. Pretty annoying stuff. With Burnout Bastronaut, there's a couple 1 mana 2/1s in red you could run. Grease Wrench Goblin, there's the new Cover Run Harrier. There's a legendary 1-drop that has 2 power as well. But yeah, I mean, Bastronaut is pretty good. I think, from playing Ether Drift Limited, this card was just insane when you played it on turn 1. So I think this is the best one. I'm not super confident, but well, the best one is certainly Hired Claw, hands down. But sort of the second best one to run. Yeah. And still have Nemesis, one of the best cards in the format, and Terza to fill out the curve a little bit. You can also play Sunspine Links in the main deck, but I think right now Terza is kind of reasonable. And a Braid, Lightning Strike, or Obliterating Bolt, and 2 Frenzies, plus the 4 Burst Lightnings, of course. And 24 lands in total, so this is a little bit more of a bigger red deck. Also 4 Sanctuaries in this specific list. Other lists were running Rockface Village as well. Rockface Village is kind of nice with Hired Claw. And Emberheart Challenger, which a lot of the Mono Red lists also were running instead of the Viper. I could see Emberheart Challenger being better. And if you run Emberheart Challenger, then the Rockface Village makes more sense also. But yeah, in this list, the Rockface Village doesn't really accomplish much besides giving Hired Claw haste. You could still run one of them, I suppose. But yeah, it's fine as is, I would say. You can also buff the Sanctuary. You can give the Sanctuary haste too, I guess, if you draw it off the top with Uh, 6 lands already in play, including a rock face. You can give the Sanctuary haste. Anyways, yeah, with sideboard, we have a Fire Magic, we have Vengeful Possession, which is kind of nice against the Cauldron deck. You can steal a big profted up creature. One of the reasons why I didn't love Mono Red going into, you know, the format and the Cauldron being the top deck was that Proft is such an incredible plan against any like red or green or white or any like creature combat type deck, because you build such gigantic creatures that, you know, all these aggressive decks just can't go through them, and especially mono red with their burn spells will not be able to kill a gigantic Mako or what else, you know. But hey, but Vengeful Possession comes in there, doesn't care about the size of the creature, actually wants the creature to be a little bit bigger, so you can throw it at the opponent. And especially nice with Quantum Riddler, if you're low on cards in hand, you can steal a Quantum Riddler, discard your last card, and then draw 2 cards, right? Because you draw an extra card from the Riddler being under your control and having that ability. Then we have a couple of free links here for the control decks, for the greedier decks, Jeska, whatnot. Chandra Spark Hunter, nice Planeswalker in red, of course. Also for the sweeper decks, blue-white control. A couple Torture Towers I added for the mirror match, makes sense to me. A Braid number 2. That's a little bit of a contentious point. Some people play more braids, some people play lesser braids. A braid theoretically pretty good in a mirror match. Not in a mirror match. Well, also fine in a mirror match, but pretty good, of course, against Cauldron to prevent the combo. Because that's one of the ways I think they can win against you. So I'm just going to make that swap there. The Fiery Annihilation here, 2 copies of Obliterating Bolt that I just put in the sideboard now. And then we have 3 Magebane Lizards. I'm not too sure about these lizards. They kind of add up with the Viper and the Razorkin to just really ping the opponent to death. I think if this card is good against Vivi Cauldron, it makes sense to run. I'm just not sure that I can confirm that right now. It is 4 toughness, so it's just like in a previous format, right? It was one of the best cards against Is It Prowess? Is It Cauldron also has trouble answering it, but Is It Cauldron also plays a lot more creatures. So I think it's more of a hit-miss card. Yes, in some draws it's going to be good, where they draw more of their non-creature stuff, like multiple Profts, for example. But honestly, I don't really see it in a lot of their draws where they go like Mako, Fear, Terza, Quantum Riddler down the line. You know, it just doesn't seem great there. So I'm skeptical about that one, but maybe you guys in the comments can pinpoint some other matchup where this card is excellent that warrants its inclusion in the sideboard. Yeah, this is Mono Red, the new top dog in the format. This and Vivi Cauldron seem to be the best decks in the format, and yeah, let's give it a try. Love to draw play first. Yeah, this hand seems fine. Nova Hellkite. Yeah, I mean, the presence of Nova Hellkite is a bane of the existence of Deep Cavern Bat, Flood Pits Drowner, and Spyglass Siren, that's for sure. Being pushed out of the format because of the existence of this card. And yeah. There we go. There we go. Exactly what I wanted to see with my Hellkite in hand. Yeah, this Razorkin, when I first saw the card, I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of good. But there was just no way you could ever justify not playing Ember Challenger and Manifold Mouse in Mono Red, right? It was always the superior, the clear way of building Mono Red. So this card, while it was strong and always, you know, since it's been in standard, it just had no shot of actually seeing play because of the mouse package just being so powerful. All right, they were able to take the Hellkite. A little bit of a ticking time bomb over there now. Yeah, let's just go Nemesis. Deal some damage. By damage, 7 in total. And then 1 more in the draw step. Yeah, this card is just good. It's just a good card. And it becomes even better if you play against decks that want to draw cards, which, you know, a lot of decks do in standard. Bitter Triumph, discarding this fancy watery grave. Not a nemesis. Well, no cards in hand. Is my opponent straight up dead here? They take 6+2. Yep, they are. Alright, that was smooth. Dimir used to be a somewhat good deck against mono red, but that was with Shieldred in the format. And before Nova Hellkite was printed. So yeah. Okay. I kind of like the torches. I think I do want some of these effects. Maybe the Chandra is fine too. Sunspine Links. How many? I mean, they actually did. They have Water Grave in his. No, they don't have Darkslick Shores anymore. They lost Darkslick Shores and Underground River, so they're playing Starting Town and Water Grave instead. Yeah, the Links is not actually that unreasonable. The question is just, what do I not want? I guess. I think Lightning Strike and a Braid are just sort of worse versions of 1 mana removal or these removal spells. Like, you either want to kill the big stuff that is in your way, like a Preacher of the Schism, Enduring Curiosity, or you want to kill the small stuff, and the small stuff you rather kill with 1 mana spells. This does destroy Enduring Curiosity, but, you know, I don't think I want to do that. Anything else I want to change? I guess Fire Magic is kind of reasonable here too. But I already have the Hellkite to ping away their creatures. Chandra on the draw. They have Bitter Triumph in the deck even. The Scalding Viper seems fine. I'm just gonna cut 1 Frenzy. I don't know. I could see like trimming the Tearza. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't feel too strongly about any of these. Like, Sunspine Links could be a little bit better than Tearza. The Scalding Viper could be a little bit worse than a Braid on the draw, something like that. I could lean more into mid-range control on the draw here, which is pretty reasonable. That's awkward. Almost tempted to do this. It could go badly. I'm gonna try it. It's a little greedy, I know, but I'm on the draw. If I draw my 3rd land, I'm gonna be happy. As long as it's not a sanctuary. And I have a couple draw steps to find it. And like, I'm not gonna go, like, going to 5 is really bad. Like, this hand was definitely a keep. It's just a question, do you keep the sanctuary or not? Yeah, you could have put away a Hellkite, you could have put away a Razorkin. Yeah, I would have liked that there, of course. 2 draw steps to a red. But yeah. Maybe I was meant to put away the Razorkin. Keep the 2 Hellkites, keep the removal spell. Okay. I'm a little surprised. Like, Deep Cavern Bat is already pretty medium into Burst Lightning. So I, you know, in the previous format or whatever, I played Dimir against the red deck. I sided out the Deep Cavern Bats. I guess I'm just gonna pass the turn. Against the red decks, because it's just not good against Burst Lightning. Too vulnerable, and now with Nova Hellkite in the mix, it seems even worse, to be honest. Maybe I should have killed the thing. Probably messed up. Okay. Fire Magic would have been nice. Gosh. sure. I mean, in this matchup, I can really become more controlling. There's no reason to have like these Scalding Vipers and Razorkins in my deck necessarily. They line up somewhat badly into trajectory. Yeah, and I can just become this go bigger red deck, maybe put the Chandra into the deck as well. And yeah. Okay. I mean, breaking hard here, obviously. I'm just gonna lose this game because I'm getting a little unlucky. Yeah. Alright, GG. I mean, alright, I can try to play it out. They waited until I had to use my bolt. And that worked out pretty well for them. But they're at 17. I'm at 16. They can hit me for 8 here. I just have no way of winning this game, I think. Realistically, I need to draw like a way to kill the Skiros. Oh, they don't attack for 7 or 8 even. That's interesting. Okay. Just double Preacher, not a bad. Alright, you got it. Yeah, we just missed too many land drops there. Okay, interesting. So they're keeping the bats. The Razorkin looked horrible there. Maybe 4 Sanctuaries a little too aggressive. 20 red sources, 4 colorless. Maybe you want 21. I'm just gonna kick out this Viper. The fire magic is so bad with the Bastronaut. Could see playing a Lynx or 2 and then maybe a Lightning Strike. Let's try this. Another Obliterating Bolt would be nice for this matchup. Fiery Annihilation, I mean, that's pretty clunky is my worry with that one. You really want to see Nova Hellkite in this matchup in your opening hand. That card is just insane in this matchup. Cecil, okay. Flips into a 4/4. Lifelink. I don't have a removal for that yet. They might also just stay back with the Cecil, to be honest. Seems kind of decent to do so. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. I can first strike it with the Burst Lightning. Oh, they don't want to. Okay. I could level this up. Sure. The Burst Lightning, just mana-wise, fits a little bit better here. If I do it next turn and cast a Nemesis, right? Yeah, that's a pretty costly removal spell. Bitter Triumph is kind of neat with the Cecil. Making that thing flip faster. I wonder if my opponent should have maybe gone for that kind of line. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's risky to rely on that guy. I wonder if I even should attack for my Nemesis into the Cecil. Maybe I should. Stop any life gain in the future. Deal them 2. Deal them 4 damage, actually. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I could try to Burst Lightning the Cecil next turn, right? That's sort of the alternative to... Like, just pass the turn here. Don't attack. I think it's fine. Alright, they don't even block, okay. Makes me think they have a removal for my Nemesis. This watery grave looks kind of cool. A little spooky too. What happened here? What set is this even from? Never seen this before. Someone get murdered. There's some flowers on the ground. Nova Hellkite off the top. Let's go. Ooh. Well, they have 2 basics. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty simple bush lightning. And it worked. Nice. Deals me the same amount of damage as it deals them. Another basics. Not the best links ever. 0-point ballad. That's pretty painful. They have 1 trajectory in hand. Alright, I think I'm just gonna attack with this. It's a little bad. Nah, it's fine, I guess. No, it's actually not that bad. I was thinking if they draw Deep Cavern Bat, they can take my thing, but... there you go. They're just dead. I mean, if the trajectory would have been actually a good removal there, they would have still died. So that's why I kind of like playing the Sanctuary first. Because if I play Lynx, they just go to 4. Then they kill the Lynx maybe. Then I attack them down to 1. They draw another removal. They just don't die. So this gives me a little bit of a cheeky way of killing them. Alright. No, I would think this matchup's favorable for Mono Red, just based on the Hellkite. Dimir could maybe build their deck in a way where it gets a little bit better. Like Essence Scatter, Flash Freeze, stuff like that. Transform itself a little bit into a control deck. But yeah, at that point, just play blue-white control, perhaps. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not happy about the 4-lander without a manland, but it's okay. I have 1 into 2. That's what I really like about stuff like rotation and bans. Cards that have been in standard for a good bit all of a sudden can see play. Alright, we just... all the Dimir players today, yeah? And then they get sort of like another life, these cards. Alright. Hehe. Trigger my engines. Alright, I'm just gonna kill this thing. I don't want to get Kaito'd. Deep Cavern Bat. Ooh, and this Nova Hellkite card, huh? Would be a tragedy if I would top deck it today. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Like I have the Frenzy, so I don't even care about flipping the Cecil here. Seeing the Cecil be redeemed. Yeah, I mean, I got a little lucky there drawing the Hellkite, but honestly, I don't know if you're supposed to put, you know, Deep Cavern Bat into your deck in this format. You know, you made that decision when you know that Mono Red is one of the best decks and plays 4 Hellkites. You know? So it's kind of on you. Okay, interesting. So if I go Frenzy... Oh, wait, what? I can Frenzy my own Nemesis, but that puts him to 1. I would have to sacrifice my Scalding Viper in the process. What is gonna happen if I attack the Nemesis? Kill the Cecil, they block here, take 3. Interesting. Interesting. So if I let him block, they probably... What do they do with the Nemesis? Maybe put it in front of something. I think I should let them block, maybe. I should do this and let them block. And then cast a Frenzy. They go up to 10, yeah, I mean... The Cecil's probably gonna die here, but like my hope is that they do this, yeah. And then now I can kill the Cecil. Right? And they have no board. Yeah, this is kind of nice for me. If I would have killed the Cecil before, they would have blocked here, which I think is less good for me. So now I have the Viper in play. These two trade. They go to 4 life, so they die to the Hellkite. And I have this Viper, which... Oh. Oops. Why did I think they would trade? Sorry, my brain. Well, they would trade if I shoot the Preacher. Yeah, I should have shot the Preacher there, to be honest. Sorry, I just had a bit of a brain freeze or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we're on the draw. The links look kind of bad, to be honest, in that previous game. The Demi deck can actually aggro you, especially the Cecil card. Cecil makes me like these 3 damage effects actually a little bit more. I think the Viper is still kind of whatever. Tearza maybe too. I do want Torch. I think I want the Bolt definitely, and maybe 1 Annihilation, and then I have 2 slots to give. The Fire Magic, huh? So awkward if they bashed or not. I don't like that anti-synergy. I'll have 1 on the draw. I'll play a Tearza. Obliterating Bolt number 2 would be desirable, I feel like. Seems kind of nice. Just a good card on raid, generally speaking, too. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Duress. Don't think that one's pretty... I think that card's pretty bad, actually, the more I think about it, yeah. I don't think you want that against mono red these days. It's gonna be, you know, decent on turn 1 there. Could play the Bastionaut, actually. I think I should just be mana efficient, though. Because I can go like 3 drop into 3 drop plus 1 drop. That's pretty much what my hand dictates me to do. This card is just such a beating against Dimir. Not only does it ping all their stuff, it also just kills Kaito. So good. Alright, I'm just gonna play Nemesis, I think. Just be mana efficient. Yes, they could go Kill Spell, Curiosity. But if they do that, I can go Hellkite, kill the Drowner next turn. It's just so much better. I could also play the Hellkite, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's actually the best play, isn't it? It's a little bad into Counterspell specifically. Yeah, but it has the highest upside. Alright. Tidebinder? No. Yeah, Bitter Triumph. Everybody's on that card, huh? That Hellkite just free for one them. Yes, you heard that right. This matchup seems to be somewhat favorable. Bitter Triumph, pretty painful too. I guess people are running this because Elspeth is popular on the ladder. This card is much more reasonable than the rest because it takes the Hellkite off the hand, which is actually kind of nice. Play this pre-combat so I get my Start the Engines trigger. Yeah, I don't know about the Razor, about the... I like this card. That I'm sure about. I meant the Viper. That one is a little sus to me. So I could definitely see running Ember Challenger over that one. The Ember Challenger, you know, it's mostly a 2/2 haste creature of prowess, which isn't bad by any means. Could have used the Burst Lightning there, theoretically. Yeah. Yeah, maybe should have, to be honest. It's like the only good block they have is on the Razorkin, right? They can't block the Menace creature. Then I can just Burst Lightning and I still have the Frenzy in hand. Because the Frenzy is more reliable at killing all the other stuff. Yeah, I think I messed that up. I was thinking that I want to use this Burst Lightning as a burn spell. But I think this game is not really about that. I think I'm just gonna do this. It's a 2-for. It's kind of a 2-for-1, but kind of not. Because if I let this through, they will draw a card anyways, right? Alright, let's just pump this up. Attack for 5. Now this is a double striker, so I have 2 pretty threatening creatures now. And a Sanctuary. Decent spot to be in. Alright. Yeah, this Steamir deck does not seem very good against this mono red deck. Play first. On the play, this is pretty sus. I need to hit my 3rd land drop. I don't have a 1 and a 2 drop. That's a proactive play. This is just too many things that are not good enough. Like if I had a higher claw and a Scalding Viper instead of like the Hellcat and the Frenzy, I would probably keep this hand because I have like such a high upside to this hand because I already have a good curve and I'm just looking for that 3rd land, but as is, it's not a good hand. This is fine. Doesn't really matter what land I play or whatever. Let's go with Fire Claw. I feel like Emberheart Challenger is the flatline better card on turn 2. But the Viper has perhaps its matchups, and then at some point you're gonna bounce something as well, which could clear the way. You know. You can actually bounce. Unable to Scream is a popular card against this type of deck. You can actually bounce that. So that's pretty nice. Playing against the Jeskai control deck here, I presume. We might not see that many cards from them, I was just about to say. And they click concede, yeah. Yeah, we didn't see much, no. Okay, well, these links are gonna be my best card, plus the Chandra. Fire Magic is interesting against the token stuff. But it's also, again, blows up my own stuff, so not that great. Yeah, I think the Frenzy, the Strike, the Burst Lightning, those are all questionable. What am I expecting here? I could expect a Meringue River Reach in turn 6. Biko. So I want to be aware of those friends. So I want to have some answers to those, I guess. I mean, meringue, the only answer I have in exclamation marks is this, which is fine. Lizard. Don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, burst lightning is pretty heinous. Lightning strike is pretty heinous. They basically just burn spells. I don't know if I want more answers for big dragons though. Maybe I do. Maybe I play Fiery Annihilation. This I could also see running the Vengeful. I don't even know if they have meringue though. They might not even have it in the deck. The deck also plays Lightning Helix, so this might be a more grindy affair. In which case, yeah, I mean, the possession. I mean, the burn spells are bad against Lightning Helix too. So it's like the possession isn't great because it's harder to just like one shot them with a possession. But the strikes are also pretty bad. So it's like pick your poison kind of situation. Sounds pretty bad. I think I'm not interested. This is better. I'm almost tempted to like do this. It's a grindy matchup. I know I'm on the draw. I think I'm gonna do it. Be a little bit greedy here because I feel like if I keep the land there, they could just kill, and then, you know, control. Gonna have to overrun them with threats, preferably, and flooding out is an issue against control, so I'd rather be a little bit lower on lands than be higher on lands. Day of Judgment is the big one, right? So if I go and curve out here, it's gonna be a little painful. Day of Judgment is pretty good against this deck. So I could just attack and not play my Bastion, just hit them for 2. Yeah, I think I will do that. It just doesn't add that much damage, right? It's just 1 damage per turn that I would add here. So the upside is kind of small. And Day of Judgment is kind of brutal. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna play my Nemesis, but it's probably just gonna get answered in one way or another. Yep. At least they lose a life, I guess. And they lost the 3 steps, which could be reasonable. Makes me think they might not have Day of Judgment, to be honest. You could let the Nemesis resolve if you have Day of Judgment. Oh, I think what this is actually blue-white control with a splash of like fire magic or something like that. Like a very light red splash. They might not even have Lightning Helix. I'm gonna activate this, I think. They might kill it. No? They will kill it. They do have Lightning Helix. Oh, that was painful. Alright, I'll play these guys, I guess. Yeah, this type of matchup I don't like as much as the Demon Man matchup. Day of Judgment, Lightning Helix. We're lucky to sort of win fast in game 1, but they're still at 19 and it's like turn 5. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. Authority of the console's okay. They're prepared. Yeah. I'm just gonna It's a pity they don't have double strike yet. Just gonna activate an attack for 4. Like, this is a really threatening situation already now. I don't want to overcommit. I feel like a sweeper is just too likely, especially after the stock up. Yeah, exactly. I need this... Oh, interesting. I can bounce the authority. I need the Sunspine links to resolve. Deal them a ton of damage this game at some point. Could hit them for the Sanctuary. I think I'm gonna do that. It's hopefully not gonna get Lightning Helix, but I feel like it will be. No? They have Consult for 2 mana. Yeah, I think they have Consult the Star Charts, but they wanna wait until they cast it for 4. Oh, they have also Ring Furnace. Such a greedy looking Jeskai deck. Ring Furnace of all things, really. Oh, you activated. You can hit them for 6 with the links here. Yeah, let's go. Having another one would be nice. No land drop. Yeah, I think I'm just done this game. Oh, what? Why? What? What the heck? Okay, that's so random. Lightning Helix? Okay. Yeah, I'm just cooked here. I mean, they have 2 spells and authority. They draw 2 cards per turn. I'm pretty cooked. Deal them 7 damage with the links here. Malcolm. The sideboard tool against mono red. Yeah, that's good. They discarded a Lightning Helix. Yeah, that tells me the hand is pretty nuts. Alright, I'm just gonna give up. Like, I'm not gonna play against someone who discards Lightning Helix with 2 other cards in hand. I'm good. Okay. That was... Well, at least we got him down to like 6, I guess. But yeah, this matchup seems pretty rough. I'm starting to become low on this frenzy. They didn't really show me anything, and I don't think they're playing dragons. I don't know. I mean, maybe they are, but didn't see any. Also, this annihilation. I guess I'll keep in 1 frenzy and I'll add in 2 lightnings. Try to burn them out. A second Chandra, more links would be good here, like the 4th links, I guess. Maybe should be in the sideboard because of this deck. I mean, this is probably one of the hardest matchups there is, right? So you might want to have the links for that. This is more damage, so I think I should start with this. Annoying. Pretty annoying. If I go Hired Claw activate, it's just so bad into Lightning Helix, I think. I think I should just deploy. Also get 2 speed in this turn. You know. Yeah, I mean, if they have like Lightning Helix and Day of Judgment and the land's appropriate to cast all these cards, it's gonna be a tough road. I feel like Control can definitely be built in a way where it beats up on mono red. It's also Flash Freeze is a legal card in the format. I think I'm just gonna like end of turn activate Sanctuary. That's my play here, I think. The first strike gives double strike. That's kind of neat. Yeah, sure. Although it doesn't change anything. Right, because the first strike damage is already resolved. That's funny. So that makes me think no Day of Judgment, maybe? And no Lightning Helix for what it's worth, because, you know, they would have cast Lightning Helix instead of Get Lost, that's for sure. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think they have Elspeth Smite. That would have been cast as well. Might have Consult, but Consult costs double blue for the kicker. What do I want to do here? Do I want to buff something up with my map token? Probably I do. Alright, let's tap the Sanctuary. Let's see what happens. Okay, you allow that. Nemesis is kind of fine. Let's attack. And then I'm probably just going to do the same again, where like... Okay, what do you do? Smite? Get lost number 2. Oh, my plan was to activate the Sanctuary. End of turn again. Well, wait a minute. Why did I keep the Nemesis in the face of the Authority? That's actually kind of not good. Oops. I kind of blanked out that the Authority was in play right now. Sorry. Now I'm thinking I maybe want to activate the Bastionaut. Are you telling me you just have 2 more spot removal spells? You just have all the Get Lost in the world? Huh. I don't feel comfortable activating my Sanctuary there because it just walks into Day of Judgment too hard. Oh, it looks like they do not. It looks like they just have nothing. Okay, well, take 8 then. That was a pretty good outcome for me. I don't know about killing the Sanctuary there instead of the Bastionaut, to be honest. I don't know about that. And I made the correct play. If they had another removal there, things wouldn't have been so good for me. But, I mean, they already used free instant speed removal at some point, you know. They couldn't have had Lightning Helix. Pass the turn. Well, my friend, I'll attack you. Okay. 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 I don't think they will be able to beat both of these cards. But yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. Consult for 2 mana. Lindblom. I didn't expect that one. All right. Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, probably could find space for the 4th links somewhere. Play first. Yellow. No, actually, it's a pretty good hand, actually. High Claw. High Claw, kind of, you don't need a 2-drop if you have High Claw on turn 1, right? Where are all the Cauldron players? Dear God, another Demir victim. Yeah, a little confident, I know. Uh-huh. Deep killing bad? No? We have Mystère Flappy to Droner. It's just Nemesis. Mana efficiency. Yes. I mean, I kind of like this development, to be honest. It's certainly... This is a land drop, that's bad for them. It's certainly interesting for the format to see Mono Red crush. And Mono Red is also an easier deck to try to beat than Cauldron. It's like, just play stuff like Beza, Flash Freeze, whatnot, removal spells, life gain, big creature, Aclazards, Preacher of the Schism, you know. Big demons, maybe. The free Quasi-Revenant. There's a lot of tools you can actually change your deck in metagame for. Anyways, just the same thing again, I think. Worked the first time, kinda. Just gonna flood bits again. Okay. Tap that. Okay. You wanna double block me? No. I guess it's the same outcome. Okay. At least they didn't cast Bitter Triumph. Okay, sure. I think it's gonna be very difficult to lose this game from this point. Just too far ahead in the race. Board presence is good, hand is good. Okay. I take it. I will... attack. And then I will... I can actually have lethal with these two. Frenzy my own... Nemesis my own Frenzy. I'm just gonna do this though. It doesn't matter. I have like... It seems like they don't have anything anyways. That's the upside to Frenzy. It's certainly this nice kill combo with the Nemesis. Annihilation is pretty interesting. I mean, it's really just Enduring Curiosity. I would think that the dragon, the roast effect is a little bit more desirable otherwise. It doesn't kill Riddler, right, which is an issue. Yeah. Oh, the exiling part, I guess. It's the thing. I wanted to board out the Scalding Viper, excuse me, Torture Tower, and then bring in an Annihilation. Maybe another Annihilation. Then Fire Magic on the draw instead of something. Maybe cut in a Braid, actually. I can work with this. This feels very classic mono red, kinda. You know, you have your burn spells, you have your mountains. You're not playing this like powerful Monsters Rage, Double Strike, Mice package. You're just playing your good red creatures that are aggressively slanted, you know, you're doing your thing. Slasher. Slasher is kinda neat. I like that card. Demons might be making a serious comeback. I mean, demons, like mono black demons, for example, if like all these good creatures that are good into mono red. No Curiosity. One for your stack. This turn deals 5 damage. Interesting turn. Interesting turn. Play Hellkite, or just do not. Wait with the Hellkite. I think I should maybe wait with the Hellkite, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna play it slow. There's no reason to be super aggressive. The longer I hold the Hellkite, the more likely it is that they play one toughness creature I can kill with it. I'm just gonna pass the turn and then make Sanctuary. Looks like that's what they're trying to do as well. Fine by me. They're not doing anything for the entire turn. That is also fine by me if I... Yeah. Don't mind that. Okay. Now it might be the turn to overwhelm them. Or is it? I think it is. Curiosity will get frenzied into the dust. You could also lightning strike it. Take 3, 6, 10, go to 2. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's it for the video. No Vivi Cauldron today, but I can tell you that the matchup, if you look at the data from SCG Orlando, at least has been very good for Mono Red. Again, that can be attributed to the fact that the Vivi Cauldron decks try to outarm themselves, each other, by going bigger and bigger and bigger, making them worse against, something like Mono Red, right? So, in response to that development, Vivi Cauldron, if you are a Vivi Cauldron player, put back the torches, try something out like Essence Scatter, Flash Freeze maybe, adapt your deck more against Mono Red, right? I think that could be a strategy. Don't play all these Quantum Riddlers, which are a little bit slow. Yeah. So, the end isn't... It's not... Oh no, Mono Red is now the king of the format. Obviously not. Mono Red is easier to attack. It's clearly powerful. It was a great meta call for SCG Orlando. It's it's going to be here to stay, and it's going to farm Dimir players who are apparently in abundance on the ladder. But I think it's definitely beatable, and it's a cool metagame development to have another sort of like top deck in the format. Yeah, and with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about Standard right now. The Standard Qualifier in Arena is coming up as well next week. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.